With the recent Nifstee launch preview special program concluding, the anticipation, content, and rewards are all looking really good. Over 120 polls right out of the gate on launch, which can progressively turn into a total of 470 polls, a free S-rank character with their signature weapon and max dupes for both, and tons of improvements and new content to shape up the urban environment of Hetheru. So you've probably clicked on this video trying to prepare yourself for launch. You might be an appraiser who wants to know what's the best possible way to get funds so you can maximize your city tycoon to get cheese in day one. You might want to figure out the best characters, team comps, and learn rotations to literally force every enemy to bend their knees and call you the single most powerful Esper in the entire planet of... Wait, actually, that's a good question. Well, I've got the perfect answer for you, dear viewer, and that's to stop. Stop thinking about how to effectively farm funds. Stop thinking about potentially re-rolling your account just to get the best starting roster. Just stop trying to optimize for a completely new game that you know almost nothing about. Because if you have that kind of mentality going into NTE's launch, you're actively ruining your experience and enjoyment of playing the game, and maybe any other gacha game you've ever thought about touching for the first time. There are some content creators who've pushed and or are actively working on guides for NTE to maximize your use of time, so you'll know first thing what to do once you install the game. But here's what you're actually going to do on launch. You'll download the game, skip the story, unlock the city tycoon, look up how to get fonts fast, do these specific activities, skip more story, get cheese, then look up the best characters in the game, slap them onto a team, go into a boss fight, then get team wiped because you didn't give yourself a chance to read the fucking boss mechanics or the character kits, let alone even know how to build a team in the first place. We are so deep into trying to optimize our gacha games that we've forgotten literally the main purpose behind the concept of video games. You're so used to grinding for the best possible stats on gear, using an interactive map to find every chest that gives gacha currency, that you haven't given yourself a chance to pause, breathe, and take in the scenery that's in front of you. You haven't gotten the chance to just respectfully look at your favorite waifu and at the same time wondering why is she your favorite waifu. You haven't touched photo mode or even tried to find other players to do co-op with once because it's not helping you reach hard pity on that character banner. And by the time you realize what you've been doing up until that point, you're going to start asking yourself, why am I even playing this game? You start to think that everything you've been doing is just an unpaid 12-hour shift that doesn't provide health, dental, and life insurance benefits. You start to regret the money you've spent on this oh-so-popular gacha game that your friends peer pressured you to play because the game is rewarding you with $2,000 in credit card debt. It's eating you alive from the inside. And then you're just a hollow shell of what you once were when you first played the game. So you quit. However, you can avoid taking this route. You don't have to go into a game with a plan H in case something doesn't turn out well. You don't have to let out a sigh every time you boot up a gacha game because you have to get your dailies checked off. The entire reason why we have video games in the first place is to have fun. Have you ever taken a moment to think about why you're laughing at a silly part in the story, or focus your eyes on an enemy just ragdolling in the background for absolutely no reason? It's because you're taking the time to enjoy the little things that matter, and that's powerful. There's no such greater feeling of satisfaction and appreciation for your game than toggling walk mode, panning around your character, and taking a snapshot while saying, I love this game. Sure, this might distract you from doing that time-limited event that lasts for a week, but you won't regret taking a video of an interaction between NPCs that absolutely spew flames on each other because they consider themselves to be the biggest fans of their main character. I'll give an example of this. I recorded and posted a short clip that highlights a slow motion animation of an ultimate from my favorite character in Wuthering Waves, and not long after, I got quite a few other people who also appreciated this moment. I also took screenshots and story cutscenes whenever I see certain character poses or expressions, because I know that I'll never see these cutscenes again because to this day, no modern gacha has an actual story recap system where you can replay cutscenes that you've previously seen. Think back to when the global lockdown happened in 2020. People were forced to stay indoors and were left with so much extra time on their hands. When Genshin Impact launched in September, many people hop onto this seemingly cool concept of the free-to-play open-world anime RPG, and they were enjoying themselves, exploring vast landscapes and environments. learning about the world and characters around them, figuring out the game mechanics and how teams are structured, and all without any external tools or guides on the internet whatsoever. Newcomers weren't coming in with expectations or plans because Genshin Impact had no official global marketing, and big streamers were the ones that brought the attention. Everybody was starting on a clean slate and trying something completely new, and they loved that experience. There's no doubt that Genshin influenced and completely changed the modern gacha market, but as the market changed, so did the player base. The demands are different, and the approach to gacha games has evolved, or maybe even devolved, depending on your perspective. But there's one constant to this argument, and it's this. First impressions and first-time experiences are everything. If you've ever played a video game for a certain amount of time, there's always going to be a moment when you remind yourself of the first time you've ever done something. And whether it was a good moment or not, you'll still remember that experience and carry it with you. No one is saying, oh, this reminds me of that time where I had to farm gear on this character for a month straight. Because that's not a good memory or an impactful moment to keep in their memory banks. Instead, they're going to say, remember this first time I tried beating this boss? I was yelling and spamming dodge all the time, but now I can defeat it in just 2 minutes. These modern gacha games don't give you the luxury to look back at your memories. You just get little crumbs like the date of when you first made your account, and not being able to replay story cutscenes because that's apparently too much to ask for? They may only value your wallet, but you know your values, and I'm hoping you can start adding to that list by cherishing your experiences, especially if it's with other people. So stop farming and go sightseeing. Stop crit fishing and go listen to the voice lines of your favorite characters. Stop forcing yourself to log in every day and go share your favorite memes in your Gacha Games Discord server. Because once you start doing any of these things, your approach to gacha games will never be the same again. And that will never require a guide that you have to search on YouTube. So then the next time you're thinking about doing a story quest, take your time. Read through it. Take a screenshot of the hottest waifu on screen. Because once you click on that skip button, you'll never get that opportunity ever again. Hey, my name's Nifstee, and I appreciate you watching till the end of this video. If you're interested, I'd like for you to join my Discord server that I'm working on called the Gacha Social Project. I'm trying to design the server as a social space for gacha gamers to find other players to do co-op with on their favorite games, share UIDs for support units, and just genuinely make a community where we can all share and talk about our favorite gacha games. My main goal with this channel is to showcase the importance of multiplayer in these modern gacha games and possibly transition to streaming so my viewers can have fun in real time with me and maybe even be featured in future videos. But unfortunately, I have no viewership to begin with, as my channel basically doesn't exist according to YouTube and Twitch. So not only will I really appreciate it if you liked and subscribed, but also join the community to set a foundation for something that could hopefully make an impact in the gacha market. Because let's face it, we're practically playing single player games right now because these companies don't want to focus on co-op, and everything is better with friends. Thank you for your time to listen and or watch my video, and I'll see you guys fairly soon.